And that was basically, uh, if we keep giving children reminder about keeping their things in their places, basically organize their stuff, yeah, toys or books, and they're still not doing it, then what do we do? Okay, and I understand, and in fact, you might have seen an amplification of this, especially these days when you are at home and you're seeing this again and again. You have more time with your children, and you might have realized that certain habits are very hard, especially organizing habits. So let's quickly understand this bit and see how we would be able to tackle. And I would basically keep it open, for you to also share your experience in this area. But I'll just quickly share what I understand in terms of habits here. Okay, so number one, it's very important to understand what we call habit, because if I leave it to parents, they would simply say everything needs to be habit. Even homework needs to be habit. Playing, needs to be habit. Discipline needs to be habit, and so we have to be little more practical about what we consider as a habit, so that we can take proper approach, to develop habits for a child. Okay, so let's just understand. I can understand if we say hygiene, washing your hands before we eat the food, that we can consider as a habit. Food habits, let's say, eating on time, that's over a period of time becomes a habit, that you feel hungry at around 1 o'clock, 1 p.m., or by 9 p.m. you are again hungry, because your body cycle has tuned to it, because it's a habit now. Brushing your teeth every morning, that we can consider as a habit. Okay, so a daily routine stuff where we take care of our health and hygiene, I would say yes, we can keep that as a habit. Sleeping habits, again, taking care of your health, what time you sleep and what time you wake up is a part of your habit. Okay, now when it starts going into other area like organizing stuff, okay, um, certain things can be a habit, but uh, I would say it's good if we don't keep it as a habit. As in, it's somewhere in between. Okay, and that is because whether I should keep my things in its place or not, there's a decision making involved, and I have to make a decision of it. And other thing is that it's not a recurring thing that your body gets tuned to. Okay, so there is a natural resistance to it. Whatever you keep doing recurring every day at certain time point of time, that is easy to be developed as a habit, and there's a your body gets tuned to it. But when it comes to organizing things, where I keep my books, when I keep my books there, and why should I keep my books there, there is a decision making involved, and the moment there's a decision making, you are out of habit. If you have to think, then it's not a habit. If it happens, as a your body's response, that's a habit. Okay, so discipline and organizing things are somewhere in between. Okay, and we'll still go into more details of how we can develop that. We'll talk about that in a bit. Okay, but activity wise, it is somewhere in between, I would say. Yeah, again, discipline here, I mean to say that there are certain rules. We follow rules in society. There are, you know, uh, the rules like, we don't run on roads, yeah, or we don't generally get into other people's house without their permission. Okay, so because there's a rule there, and so there's a discipline needs to be followed. Okay, we don't invade other space. You generally don't pull someone else's clothes, because that's a rule. Okay, so when you follow that rule, basically then you are in discipline. And again, whether to do that or not, it's a decision making process. It's not a habit. It doesn't happen every day. So there is there's a learning, or I would say decision making involved there. Okay. Again, playing, learning, homework, please don't make it a habit. There is a clearly a reason why one should do it. So I would say, keep that those aspects free. It basically, these aspects like learning and playing and excelling, they thrive on freedom. So as a parent, I would say you allow them, children to be free when it comes to these areas. How it needs to be addressed and all, that's a discussion for some other day. Yeah. So I was just wanted to make sure that we are clear about habits, so that we can then take our discussion to the next level, that what are the things to consider when it comes to habits. Okay. So number one is age group. When would a child be ready for any habits, or or the habits that we want to start exposing them to? So I would say, the child will give you sign. Yeah. There are certain things it's a part of basically making them independent. So you slowly you ask them to eat with their hand, right? So the moment you start asking them to eat with their hand, you need to get into habit of washing your hands before eating the food. So that's where that you start getting them into that kind of habit. Yeah. You would see that a child usually want to play with broom or a pocha. Okay. So when he goes into the that zone where you will see, along with the helper at home or maid, the child is also brooming the house. That's when you know that the child is ready for the cleaning house, those kind of habits. Yeah. So you look at these kind of signs. Don't wait that a child is small and that's why he shouldn't do his dishes. Okay. This is the moment the child is able to reach sink and he can wash his own plate. I would say, get them into the habit of doing the dishes. Cleaning is very crucial, very important. Okay. Get them, especially cleaning habit, cleaning house, cleaning vessels, doing the dishes. These are the habits you can start very early. I would say, 4 or 5, the moment they are able to reach the sink. We should get them to doing that. Pace it up, maybe not the whole stuff, but at least your dishes you can do slowly. Then there are more things you can help us with, and get them habit. And this needs to be done very early, because the moment we start getting into the zone where we are 7, 8, 9, 10, um, they will start developing a block. If they are not used to it, they will develop a block against dirt. Okay. They will feel it's filthy to get my hands dirty like this. Yeah. It doesn't look good. Food stuff, wasted food. How can I touch this? Children will get into that mode, and before they get into that mode, get their hands dirty, get them to clean. uh, I've learned this hard way. I made that mistake, and then I realized that the right time to do this is as early as possible. Get them to do grooming the house, mopping the house as early as possible. They will not do great job. That's fine. Give them small area. Okay. So age group. That's what I meant. Yeah. Then this is basically health and hygiene habits. Yeah. Um, Organizing stuff. Okay. I would say don't expect too much till the age of 7. Okay. Organizing stuff needs a lot of left brain, and they have not really started using their left brain too much. till the age of 7, 8, 9, 10, and it all varies. For some children, the left brain usage is very late, and some children it could be early also. 6, 7 can also be a stage where they can start using their left brain, where they would want to organize. Yeah, um, because it needs a thought process in terms of why I should organize. Okay, and there's a thought process there. Uh, Children cannot perceive long-term benefits. Yeah, the younger they are, they cannot, and it needs the frontal lobe to be developed, and our frontal lobe development starts at around at 7, 8, 9, 10, depends. Yeah, that's when it starts. Okay, the brain development starts. That is where the hardware is, which is responsible for long-term planning and thinking process. Okay, that process, the development process, is completed at the age of 25, around that age. So you can understand this hardware is getting installed slowly, and it's a very long process. That hardware gets developed. After that, that means the capacity is getting developed. That doesn't mean you don't expose them to. I only mean that don't have too much of expectations. Okay, and this is where a lot of parents have challenge. They think that I have told you 10 times. Okay, it's not possible. It's a very long process for the child to comprehend, to understand why I should organize my stuff. Okay, um, so organizing is where how I can get benefited. Why I should plan things. Planning um, is all part of organizing stuff, and it's very difficult for children to start that, because the brain development is happening in that area. Okay, discipline is next. Okay, first would child would like to have organizing stuff, and after that there would be discipline. And when I say discipline, it actually means self-discipline, where child is voluntarily wanting to follow a rule or do a discipline in terms of principles. They will develop their principles, they will develop their ethics and morals, and because of that they want to follow the rule, and not because obviously they follow the rule even before that, because they know that that's the school's rule, and if I don't follow this rule, I'll be expelled or whatever. Okay, so that's a fear factor. But when we say discipline here, we're talking about why a child would like to follow a discipline. And again, that needs a child's personality to be developed, and this is again in the range of 12, 13, 14. When he gets into teen, okay, then so there are certain emotional development starts, and that is when he would like to have a very strong self-discipline, and that's possible. Okay, only in that age. Yeah. um, so so yes, food as early as possible. Food habits you can start, as whenever they are very young, 2 years, 3 years. Make sure you give them food. Hygiene as early as possible. They are able to hold the broom, get them to cleaning. They are able to reach the sink, get them to it'll be around 4, 5, 6. Depending on how what's the height of your child. Okay, organizing things. Um, Get them to do this as early as possible. I'm not saying don't. Okay, hold your expectations. Understand that it is not going to happen very fast. It may take years and years. Yeah. How to approach that, we will talk about that in a bit. But I'm just telling you in terms of age group how you want, and in discipline, if you want a certain discipline, self-discipline to be followed by child, don't expect too much until they reach their teens. Okay, till then just be happy that they are able to organize their stuff. So that's how habits spans over this age. Okay, and we talked about our brain development also, and that goes together. um, as I said, do early start. All the habits you want them to be inculcated as early as possible. Okay, have that as a culture at home, as in, make sure there's a culture at home to keep things in its place, or a culture at home where everyone takes time at particular time that to put their things in place. We make sure that everything is gone in place, and then we do the next stuff. Yeah, so have that kind of culture at home. Like what we follow at home is, morning if you get up, then first thing is fold the sheets and make the bed and keep. Okay, so that's a culture at home. So so that's what everybody does. Like we call it first things first, that fold the sheets, keep it in place, and then do your morning chores like brushing, yeah, freshen up, have a bath and all that. So we just call them for first things first, and these things happen. Okay, so have that culture. Then another problem is space and distraction. But before I talk about space and distraction, we also need to be empathetic towards children in terms of how difficult a task is. So, you may see a child getting very enthusiastic about, when they start doing cleaning stuff. Yeah. But soon they are going to realize that it's a tough job, and nobody likes to do a tough job. Okay, so whenever you try to get into a habit, like folding sheet is one of the easiest job, so you can expect a child getting into that habit very fast. So don't compare that with any other task like cleaning things. Okay, um, keeping toys at place or keeping books at its place are easier stuff. But when it comes to cleaning, you might see that it can get difficult. So any task you want them to be inculcated as a habit, you might see different level of challenges based on how difficult it is. Second, how what kind of routine it follows. If it happens at a particular time every day, it's easy for us, our body, to get into that habit. Okay, so we have to keep this in mind before we have certain expectations from a child. Yeah, and so that's one thing. Difficulty, willingness. Yeah, I mean, children are a lot of things. They might be willing to organize their toys and books, but when it comes to cleaning, oh, they will not be willing. So if you have to expect this, yes, and I understand it. It's a dirty job. You might not feel good about doing it. Okay, and we do it because it's all our responsibility to maintain our house, and that's all. Otherwise, there is no you don't have to be really enthusiastic about, oh, I'm cleaning my house. Nobody feels like that. So we be better be empathetic about these things, and understand that those things will take time to develop. Then, uh, uh, biggest problem in developing habits usually is the space and distractions that happens. As in, so when I say space, that does child have enough time in their hand to develop these as a habit? So if a child is going to be very busy throughout the day with their things, they have their routines. Okay, and then more we want them to do homework first. Okay, then and everything else first, homework, baba, that's very important. And this is where I always tell many parents that no, daily chores, okay, cleaning habits is more important than education or learning. Yeah, if your child is sorted with their habits, okay, they already have a very good foundation for life. Yeah, many times we make this mistake. We focus on making living rather than making life. Making our children's life is more important than teaching them how to make their make their living, as in how to earn and get some skills. Okay, so I would say keep that as a priority, and hence, um, Even if they have not done homework, put that as a on a back seat when it comes to no make cleaning stuff is important. Okay, having this routine is important. So at our place we have this certain chores assigned. Yeah, so I tell my child that you have a class at 10 o'clock, so before that these things needs to be completed. Okay, like keeping vessels at their places, the clean vessels, and then basically filling up all the water bottles. Yeah, so those are very important stuff. Those are routine stuff. Yeah, and for that, if you are getting late for class, that's your problem. You are answerable in the school. Okay, so you will get some consequence if you don't go on time to your class. But first you have to finish this. Okay, so she has to finish that first and then come to class, even if she's getting late to the class. Okay, because attending class is her responsibility, and that's something her teachers will follow up with her if she's not attending on time. Yeah, uh, so hold them, get them to understand what's priority. Okay, and that's priority for you, that's priority for her, that's our family priority, and we need to stick to that. Okay, so that gives them space, so that understand. So we have to make sure that they have time and priority for building these habits. Okay, no matter what, whether food is getting cold or not, you have to wash your hand and then come and eat food, because that's priority. Okay, and everything else can wait for that. That's what I say when it comes to, that's what I say, space. Give them space so that they will do that. Give them enough time so that they will be able to do it with their pace. Sometimes cleaning takes time for them. Yeah, don't hurry them, don't rush them. Okay, fine, you don't like it, you do it slowly, but you do it properly. Okay, and let them do that. Then there's a there's a part of distraction. Okay, uh, mobiles, if they are into that, television, yeah, avoid that. Have that minimum, I would say, gadgets. So mobile and laptop, no, zero. um, I know because of lockdown we have to give them some amount of exposure, but keep it to minimum, to that only. Okay, don't let your gadgets become toy. uh, make them tool and keep the exposure minimum. Okay, TV again, have maybe an hour or 2 hours, whatever is comfortable for you, so that child has a lot of free time, so that these distractions will not get into a way of developing habits. Yeah, so distractions and not having space can be deterrent for developing habit. Okay, so having said that, I would say the reason why they should get into habit is, you should feel that if it is a requirement from their side, like if they realize that if I keep things on in its place, I'm able to find them in time. Okay, when they realize that, when they are able to acknowledge that, they see that it is my requirement, and then it is very easy for them. Okay, they should have some kind of motivation for doing it. Yeah, when it comes to developing habit. Okay, so you can have some kind of reward system. I know we talked about rewards and all. Okay, but when it comes to developing habits, like organizing your stuff, you can have some kind of reward there. I see you keeping everything in its place, in terms of your books and toys, for 1 week. Yeah, and then we are going to have we have ice cream treat, but we'll have double ice cream treat. Okay, uh, some kind of that kind of reward, mild, but for a practice of a very long term habit. Yeah, um, and I would say, restrict your rewards to that area, where you are trying to develop habits. Okay, and when it's important to have safety involved. Okay, so though that's where you can keep rewards, uh, because those are very fundamental things. Yeah, um, again, motivation, I would say, and inspiration would be when you do it, when you do something enthusiastically, children would like to join you. Yeah. So make it their requirement, have some motivation, and have a lot of inspiration, I would say, in terms of how you do it. So at our home, I do the day dishes. That's my area, and our daughter does night dishes. She does, after dinner. Okay, and at times she doesn't do it. She sleeps early. So morning she has to do it before her class. So she has to finish everything, before her class starts. So we hold her responsible for that, and it's very important. So that becomes her requirement. I give her inspiration by doing it during daytime. Yeah. And yeah, so we have to use mix of this. uh, Now there will be times where you are doing this consistently, year 2 years, and it is still not happening. Okay. These are the things, we saw a lot of factor. You need to go back and see what is it. um, a lot of time it is because it's not a daily routine. Okay. So especially for organizing stuff, I would say you need to look at how we can make it as a daily routine, uh, rather than just ad hoc thing to be organized. Okay. Maybe have a specific time of the day where you do organizing your stuff, everyone organizing their stuff, keep things in place. Okay. And then stop. So a time maybe before eating food. Okay, go organize stuff, come back, and then we eat food. Yeah. An anchor where it's easy for child to remember. It's a culture where everybody does it, and and it's happening on regular basis as a routine. So it's easy for child to develop that habit. Yeah. I just really have been talking for a very long time. I kind of lost track of time. So that's how you can work towards getting child to organize her stuff as a habit. Yeah. I think we should open for question and answer. Any question on this particular thing, habits?